you talk a lot about, artwork, and there are certain things that people, and maybe you found this, there's certain things that people have a harder time letting go of. And so talk to us about that and tell us what's the hardest part of your job?
The hardest part is helping people decide what to do with that kind of stuff. And when people wait too late that's when it gets overwhelming and too stressful for them. And most people do. We tend to procrastinate because it's not, for some reason, our society doesn't really teach us that. Our culture teaches us to accumulate and to do and be and become, and with all of that comes stuff.
So what do you think that people's possessions represent to them?
It represents what they've done and who they've been, and that's where I think we kind of fail. We want our children to do well. We want to do well. We're talented. We're creative, and we need to continue that. That's part of who we are. But with a lot of that comes a lot of baggage. Another thing that I encourage people to do is, if you're putting it in a box, then that's not giving it a place of honor. You're not valuing it. So if it's important to you, give it a place of honor. So and that's my way of saying, stuff has the awards have a time frame. They have a shelf life, or I call it an expiration date. In fact, another thing I say is, everything has an expiration date except the Word of God and the souls of mankind.
That's so good. Okay, but in my mind, as you're saying this, the only thing I can think about is driving around town and seeing all of these storage units and these storage facilities, with dozens of, and I mean, heated and air conditioned. And what is that? I mean, why do we have so much stuff that we're having to purchase units outside of our home even to hold all of this stuff that we accumulate?
It's our culture that places value on getting and being and doing, and all of that comes with it. And we're not taught to let go of things. We're taught to accumulate. I mean, I tell people, I say, the marketers are spending $1 gazillion to make sure that we know about their product, and guess what? It's working. So that's where we as Christians have to change the culture of get and not get rid of when it's time, or not give.
I think as that time draws near for all of us, the relationships, like you said, with those around us are so important, but ultimately our relationship with Jesus and our constant focus of salvation, and we sang this song in worship this past Sunday, and when we all get to heaven. And so it's like, if we could just keep that mindset, right, of when we all get to heaven, what a day of rejoicing it will be. When we all see Jesus, we'll sing and shout the victory. Like if we could only but just realize all of these things that we're collecting here on earth are just temporary.
Very temporary.
And but our relationship with Jesus and when we get to heaven is forever. If we could just.
and the stuff that we are having to spend all of our energy on is a distraction from that. So let go of the things when it's time, and so you can focus on what's really important. So that's why I do what I do.